Alright, welcome back guys. Thanks for joining on this video. We are on hardware 4 on a Model Y 2024. We are on assertive mode, running version 12.5.1. That light that we just passed usually causes issues when it's red and it doesn't see it in time, and I always have to brake. That is a new regression that I thought I saw in, I believe, 12.5.1, maybe 12.5. But yeah, it's really not great. And then there's some other things that have regressed on 12.5.1. There's another blinking red light. We'll see how it handles this time. We're 2 for 2 of it slamming on the brakes midway through, which is very unsafe. So then I usually have to press the accelerator just so someone doesn't rear-end us. Then we have an unprotected green left here. Normally would be protected, but is not right now, and I think the car handled that perfectly fine. Perfect. Perfectly put in our lane. Accelerating up to speed limit of 40. It is a school zone, but school is not currently in session because it is the summer. So I don't know if 40, I guess 40 is the speed limit, so perfect. I love how it treats school zones correctly, as it knows that it's in session or not, so that's cool. We are approaching the stop sign and red blinking light, probably within the next quarter of a mile here. Yeah, I'm really disappointed that it seems to be a regression in 12.5.1. 12.5, I could get to A to B, no problem. It worked really well. I was really excited for the future. I still am very excited for the future, but I am surprised that they're doing a wide release of 12.5.1. Since I do feel like it handled better in 12.5, but people in California are saying 12.5.1 is really good, so I'm wondering if we're going to start just focusing on the California people. Okay, so here it is where it stops. There's no one behind us right now. And it goes, stops. And that wasn't too bad. That one was okay, but the next person behind us is probably already going to start rolling up. And then if we just slam on the brakes like that, even if it was lightly like that, it's not ideal, but hopefully that will be fixed. But yeah, like I was saying, it's interesting to see if they're going to just start paying attention to California routes and kind of just leave everybody else in the dust, or maybe it's just this build that performed better in California, and then the next build they will fix the issues that I've been seeing. And then there's also the possibility that they start putting out different builds for different states or something, that maybe just perform better in each state. I don't know. I guess they already can move between models on the fly, because they move between version 11 and version 12 somehow. So I guess that could be an option where as you pass through states, it changes the build. Maybe you gotta like download new builds if you go on a road trip or something, or you just don't have it. Yeah, that could be an interesting thing, but we'll fast forward through this light here. Just turned green. I do want to say that it is treating this giant lane as 2 lanes. Sometimes it used to not, because there's no markers on the road, but it's handling it perfectly fine. It thinks it sees a marker. I don't until just now. Right there is the first marker that I see, but it's been centering perfectly in its lane even without the paint. So that's a huge thing that I've seen. Honestly, I think that there's a big improvement on that with 12.5.1. 12.5, I think, kind of regressed from even 12.4.3 as far as centering, but I think 12.5.1 did fix that, so there is some good things that did come with 12.5.1. But it does seem to be jerkier overall. I don't know if people in California are also seeing that. But it doesn't feel as smooth as when 12.5 just came out, so it's interesting. With 12.5, we got a lot of good things coming. Like it's going to be coming to, supposedly, the Cybertruck. We're going to get Smart Summon this month. I don't know if that's a 12.5. Elon said it's different code. I don't really know what he means by that, but he said, I believe he said sometime in August. And then for 12.5, back to that, we should be getting eye monitoring, or some kind of monitoring with sunglasses, so you can wear sunglasses and not have to hold the wheel. So that's cool. I think there's one more thing in 12.5. It's just not on the top of my head right now. But yeah, pretty cool things to look forward to. The traffic the traffic redirection is gone in this intersection. Here's another weird one where it kind of centers itself, but if I'm driving, I put myself more to the yellow because people do use, I'm pretty sure that's a shoulder, but maybe it is a narrow turn lane, but people do use that for turning, so I always try and move myself over. But as you can see, both cars in front of us are kind of just centered in the lane, so even a little more that way, I would say. So as far as human compared to robot, it's doing pretty good, I guess. So we got another road with like basically no paint, and it handles it fine. It knows that there's oncoming traffic to stay over on this side, and it doesn't really treat it as 2 lanes per side, which people usually don't unless they need to go around someone, so that works really well. And then at this light we also have the same issue where sometimes it tries to center itself, but we really need to be like this guy would be kind of behind him. It's not perfect. This is like pretty much dead center in the road here. Maybe a little to the yellow, but oh, you see that? It's thinking about moving up. Interesting. But yeah, so as you can see, this guy, he's pretty close to the yellow, and that's how I would drive, because people want to make this turn here. You don't really want to block them. There's no reason to. You can see even the car behind me is moved over there. So kind of odd one out. I don't really see any cars coming to make that turn yet, so I'm just going to leave it. And then at the next light, it does do something weird as well. And now there's just a random person crossing the middle of the road while there's cars moving. That's awesome. Alright, so there's one more thing that we want to see here. We call it for the day. We do got a green, which is nice, but we should start moving over now. We'll kind of wait, last second, see the paint, and then move over. So, waiting for that to still be improved, but thanks guys for watching. Have a great one.